Welcome here to another brand new episode. I'm your boy Simo, and you're watching Style with Simo. So today I'm very excited. We have a special guest. Her name is Nosisa. She is my sister. So let's give Nosisa a very warm welcome. Nosisa, welcome.
Thank you so much for welcoming me.
Very good. Okay, so I just want to chat with Nosisa around fashion, as it's the topic we always talk about on Style with Simo. What she understands, what does fashion mean to her, fashion on a global scale, what she understands about that, and like some tips, around this quarantine time. People are actually sitting at home, and a lot of people are actually frustrated. So I find fashion, as something you could use to relieve some stress, something you could use to actually change some negative situations around, But I just want to hear from Nosisa what she thinks, her tips and everything. So let's get right into it. Nosisa, question number one. Okay, so can you just maybe explain to us, like in simplest terms, what does fashion mean to you?
Well, in simplest terms, as you said, I would say fashion means being comfortable with yourself, number one, and being comfortable with what you're wearing and not minding what people really say, because fashion is not really determined by the societal script or what other people believe is fashion. For as long as you love something, you're comfortable with it, and you can probably walk in whatever that you're wearing, that is fashion.
Perfect. It's just as I always explain it myself. Fashion is something that doesn't need to be like pressure exerting on a person. You can be stylish, but very importantly, you need to be comfortable as well, because we can always see that pressure in a person. Let's say you find a lady walking on heels and they're really not stable. They're trying to be stylish as much as they can, but at the same time, they've lost that comfortability. So what you just mentioned, I very much agree with this. That's what I actually always say, and that's what I need people to understand as well. So thank you very much for this explanation. So another thing I want to understand from you is, from a price point of view, what do you think about, because we know style can cost sometimes. So how can people actually maneuver around that point of not breaking the bank, but also keeping stylish?
Well, you just touched on a very important point. With me, I always say, and it's a motto in life that I have, I always say that look good on budget. Just look good on budget. Well, if you want to have something that is tailor-made, well, you have to use a lot of money. But when it comes to just fashion in general, always look good on budget. You don't need to stress yourself or strain yourself financially just to look good. There are always things that you can compromise with, and things that you can really buy and do not buy. And it doesn't mean that to be in fashion or to wear something fashionable, you always have to go up the price or go for steepy prices or anything. So just to round it off or put it in simplest terms, always look good on budget. I'm not saying like people should go to those dodgy stores or anything, or wear fake things, but you could always try to look good on budget, and that is what I believe in life, and that is what I always practice with myself as well. I don't strain myself financially just to look like other people or buy things that people believe I should have in life. So for as long as I'm comfortable with whatever that I'm wearing, it's clean, it's good, and it's on budget, and that is it for me.
Great. Okay. So, in other words, you're saying people shouldn't exactly succumb to peer pressure of trying to,
That's
like,
what I'm trying to say.
wear expensive brands just so they can be classified as stylish. They can be stylish on a good budget.
Very true. Actually, to just put it out there, I'm not a brand person to say. I'm not saying it's wrong to always wear brands or anything, but it's not something that is a priority in my life. And I've never seen a priority in it in anyone. Well, we have different views and priorities in life, and other people they believe that to look good you need to be on branded clothes or anything. For me, just look good on budget. Look good on budget, wear clean clothes, and wear whatever that you're comfortable with on your own level, on your own budget. And if it's something that you cannot afford, it's okay.
Okay, all right. On that subject of brands, I don't want us to dwell much on that one. I'll upload a video sometime in future, very soon actually, on brands because I feel like as local people to actually improve our local economy and make sure we have jobs and people who are self-employed have customers, they have a growing market and the economy is going, we need to support more of local brands than international brands because on a flip side of that coin, international brands are so much expensive compared to local brands. So that's something that we're gonna discuss in the near future. But for today, it's a different story. So another question, you know, basically globally, I think almost every country has went or still is on lockdown. So we all know we've been in that situation as well. We all know how depressing staying in one area. Also people are losing their jobs, which is just another topic that's also putting more pressure on people. So for people to actually like have their selves uplifted at all times, how do you think they can use fashion to just as a distraction and also just to flip the situation around? Because we know how, with everything that's happening, we know how frustrated people actually are.
Well, on that regard, as we've seen all the challenges that have been viral on social media, people they're turning anything and everything into a challenge. Well, when it comes to fashion, I believe everyone has enough clothes at home to try something new with what they have, especially those kind of clothes you don't normally wear or you don't feel comfortable with. I also have those kind of things that I buy and love them, but when I'm home and I'm trying them on, I'm like, I'm not going in public with that kind of a piece of item or anything. So I believe that during this trying time, it's that moment in life where we have to come out of our comfort zone in all aspects of life, from fashion to reading to food to being informative and everything. We need to stop doing that one thing we've been doing this whole time, because we have the whole time we ever need in the world. So just to answer your ask, we could try things that we've never worn before or things that we're not really comfortable with, and try them on and see if we could try and juggle around with other piece of items. And yeah. Moving further to your next question, you're asking me how can we keep ourselves busy?
Yeah, busy and like distracted in a positive direction.
Well, with me, I've always been a person who loves reading, and it's not something I would say it's something new that I'm doing because we are in this period of time. But I've tried other things like being more advanced with technology or softwares, not technology per se, but specifically softwares. I've been trying to look at other softwares that I cannot use or I've never tried using before, and I find myself learning a lot of things, because when you're trying something, there's always something more that you're going to gain or something more that you're going to learn out of that little thing you are trying to do. So I'm keeping myself busy with books, with softwares, with reading languages, and just doing my daily routine. I always exercise, and I believe it's something that is important for everyone. Well, I understand it's not everyone that has access to go outside, but you could always do home workouts. And I've been on quarantine myself as well, and I never stopped exercising. I've been doing my home workouts even when I wasn't able to go outside. So I really emphasize on that part. Home workouts, it's very important to stay healthy at this time, and always try to find something to do, and it mustn't always be something that everyone is doing, because I I'm not saying I'm doing something very unique, but I didn't follow what everyone is doing, like all these challenges, and I'm not saying they are wrong. It's something that you're keeping yourself busy with, and a lot of people are very distracted from whatever that is happening in the world through through these challenges and everything. So you could also join that or try something out of the box. When I'm saying out of the box, something creative, something new, or you could try drawing, or you could try cooking, anything that you once thought of and you never paid really attention or much attention on it, because you never thought it's something that is so important, or it's something that you could do for a long time or anything. So this is a very special time where we all have that chance to try whatever that we've been thinking of in life. And most importantly, a message that I want to send to everyone: please, 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 you are safe at home, you are not stuck at home. Whenever you, if you could tell yourself each and every day that you wake up, that I'm not stuck at home, I'm just safe at home. And being safe at home means that I have all the time in the world to do whatever that I've been wanting to do. And a lot of people would say, but what can I do when I'm inside the house? I cannot go outside. You don't need to be outside to be able to do something. You could always try to find something. As I'm saying, I've been dealing with softwares, and they don't really need me to go outside. The only thing that I go for outside is only jogging in the morning, and when I really need something in the shop. So I don't go out as much as I have access to go out, but I don't go out because it's still not the safe time to be wandering around and not knowing what you're doing. So we are all in this together, and just try to be calm and tell yourself that you are safe at home and not stuck at home.
Okay, so great. What I really liked about your response is, like how I view fashion. It's such a broad scope to how you cover your body. It's how you keep your environment. It's your mindset. It's just basically flipping everything to be fabulous, to be glamorous, and to be positive all the time. So even if like people are actually let's rather use the word compelled to stay indoors for their safety and their own good, they shouldn't actually view this as being stuck at home, but it's being safe in your own environment. And there's so much you can actually do. Now is the time you can actually experiment, develop new skills, try the thing that has always been at the back of your mind, and see how you can actually practice and make that skill even better. So there's so much you can do. It's just up to you how you actually manage your time. I mean, this is one time that maybe we will never get ever again in life, but if we use it wisely, it won't be a time wasted. Definitely not. So yeah, a very good response. Thank you again. As we've mentioned, style, fashion, everything, it's about keeping a positive angle. So let's keep a positive angle in everything we do. In closing, what I want to say is, discussing all these issues, we could go on and on and on, and so many things have been mentioned before. So all we want is people to keep a positive mindset, use the time wisely, and just make sure you gain something out of this. It doesn't have to be a loss, not at all. You can gain something out of it. It just depends on how you keep your mindset. So keep stylish, keep a positive light on everything, and just style with Simo all the time. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Nosisa, for being on this episode, and see you next time. Please do subscribe on YouTube. It's Style with Simo. Follow us on Facebook, Style with Simo, and check us out on Instagram and follow us, Style with Simo. Cheers.